My number one, there's your topic for you. My number one sequel of all time that didn't happen, RoboCop 2. Never happened. I don't even know what that is. What, RoboCop 2 or 3?
What?
This is RoboCop. They never made any more, right?
I'm kind of that way with the Matrix sequels.
Yes. That would be number 2 on my list.
That would be where I am. I love the film The Matrix so much that I can't. What? There was a sequel to that.
I don't know if I was ever more disappointed in a movie than I was at Matrix 3. When I saw Matrix 3, I was literally like just disappointed. I'm like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, this is it.
Well, that and Alien 3, because I was, I thought, I was so psyched to see Alien 3, and then I'm so psyched to see Matrix 3 that the second one I thought did some weird things, but I thought, well, it's okay if you end on a strong note to kind of do something different. But they don't. They went into Bizarro world.
All right, last question for this session. Name a movie, because you won't know this is coming either. Name a movie that you went and saw, and you expected one thing, and it completely went the other way, good or bad. And I'll give you an example of what I mean.
Okay.
And maybe you can relate to this. When The Abyss come out, I swear to God, up until the ending, I thought they were going to fight those aliens. I swear to God, we were going to have machine guns and a big balls out action scene of men versus aliens. And I'm waiting for it. I'm like, okay, all right, cool, I'm with you. Any minute. And then it literally was like roll credits. I'm like, oh, okay. Because it was one of those movies, for whatever reason, I had no idea what it was about. I literally had not even heard of it. And you and our cousin randomly said, hey, do you want to go? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I said, we're going to see y'all go to The Abyss? I'm like, for whatever reason, it escaped me completely. I had never heard of it. I didn't see the commercials. I didn't see the trailers. I had totally missed out on what it was going to be. I didn't see the ad in the paper. You said, we're going to see a movie called The Abyss. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll go. And y'all said the guy that made Aliens made it. And I was like, oh, cool, James Cameron made it? All right, sweet, I'm in. And I'm like, they're going to fight him. Like, right? Yeah, they're going to fight him. And literally up until the very end, I thought they were going to fight those aliens. So I ended up liking the movie. I liked The Abyss.
Yeah.
I liked it when I watched it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
But it was not what I expected, like, even remotely. Do you ever see a movie, like, you go in and you, like, oh, it's not, oh, okay. I thought it was going to be this.
Yeah, I have one in mind. But before we leave The Abyss, I will say that the trailers and everything I saw up to it, I thought the movie was like Leviathan. Remember we had like
fought a monster
where it was like it was like a sea monster, you know. And because remember Hollywood when they like make like every year there's like 3 or 4 movies that are like
the volcanoes,
whatever. Yeah, you had 1997 where it was Dante's Peak, Volcano. Yeah. Then 2 years or 3 years later it was all the Mars movies. You know, Red Planet, Mission to Mars. Yeah. So I thought it was one of the Leviathan kind of ripoffs. Yeah. So I go watch this, and I'm like, I'm waiting for like the aliens to start being really aggressive and all that, and I'm like, what am I? Yeah, it was not what I was expecting at all. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, it ended up being like an adventure. A lot of it.
My pick would be The Sixth Sense, 1999. I went to see that thinking it was like a horror movie, like The Exorcist or something. That's what I thought it was. You know, the commercials, I see dead people and all that. Like, oh, okay, well, this is going to be like Amityville Horror or Exorcist or something like that. Sure. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. So I think the movie's on 30 minutes, and I actually lean over to the friend I went with, and I guessed the surprise of that movie. And for all you who have seen that movie, you know what I mean. But I was like, I think Bruce Willis is blank, blank, blank. And, of course, I proved to be right. But it was like I didn't know anything about that movie other than it was just a horror movie. And it was making a lot of money, but I didn't really know anything about it other than the commercial.
Well, it made a lot of money because, like, see, it came out.
I didn't even know that there was a surprise. So that was my answer.
So by the time it got to me, that was in a period wasn't that well versed in what was going on with movies. You know, I've talked about on the show before. I've gone through periods where Now I'm all in on movies, but like
Yeah.
I would go through periods of, like, just because of personal things, I would get more involved.
Sure, more attuned than others.
That was one of my down periods, and I just only reason I saw it was because so many people said there's a twist. So it was to me it was like all being marketed on the fact that there was a twist. And around that same time, you had like a whole string of movies that were all based on twists. Like The Crying Game was all about a twist.
Yeah.
The only reason to go watch it was because, hey, there's like this big surprise. I'm like, okay, well, cool, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a surprise. Yeah. You know.
Well, Scream. The first Scream, Wes Craven movie, had a surprise because it made you ask the wrong question, and it was and that was brilliant. But I didn't think of the Sixth Sense making me chase the wrong rabbit hole. But I will say I did smoke it out. Like I said, it was like 30 minutes in the movie, and leaned over and I was right.
That's a whole nother topic. We gotta wrap this up, but I don't watch movies to like get it. I don't try and solve the mystery. I never watch movies that way.
Well, I wasn't even trying to. It was just we didn't know anything about it.
Well,
I was like, hey, because I was kind of like, the movie wasn't going the way I thought it was.
Yeah, but that's a question unto itself. Do you watch movies to figure it out, or you just watch it to just experience it and just let it happen?
Well, I will say I don't want to be Fargoed again. So I'm cynical as hell. Oh We've talked about it before.
You make a mountain out of a molehill on that.
I am super cynical on that. So
what he's referring to is the fact that the marketing. No, I'm sorry. It's in the movie at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
it says it's all based on a true story. Well, it's not, and he's just all pissed about it. He won't let it go.
What? I'm over it now. I'm just saying at the time I was like, well, I'm not going to get fooled again. So I'm more cynical.
Well, Blair Witch did the same thing. You're not pissed at it.
Well, that was after Fargo. I was already cynical.
Okay. Because it was.
But I do give the film credit for making me, I think, a smarter viewer to question things. Because I think questioning things.
I don't watch movies.
But I'm not trying necessarily to go out of my way to solve the riddle.
I don't watch movies to solve the puzzle. I don't watch movies to figure out who the killer is. I never, ever watch movies that way. I learned and conditioned myself to just experience the movie and let it tell me when it's ready. Make sense?
I'm with you.
So I never go, oh, the butler did it.
Yeah.
I don't ever watch movies that way, ever. I let the movie tell me when the butler did it.
Yeah.
When I saw Prisoners, I just let it happen. And when they were ready to tell me what was going on with Prisoners, they told me.
Yeah.
And I love that movie. That was
awesome. I'm guilty. Although that one was, I don't know, maybe 45, 50 minutes through the movie, and I was like, I think I know who it was. Of course, I end up being proven correct.
I think it's the difference between you and me. It's not like they can't figure out. I can tell you, I can watch a movie in 5 minutes and tell you everything's going to happen in that movie.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't actively sit down trying to do it. It's just my personality. I just,
I know.
I just question things.
You're argumentative by nature, I think, is what it is. That's a big part of it.
There I'm tapping the table. Damn me.
See, the whole tab of the table. He's way more argument. You know what? I bet on the show they probably think I'm the argumentative guy. In real life, you're way 1,000 more times argumentative than I'll ever be.
Well, when your parents tell you you'd argue with the devils, that was the guy. I was the one.
Just earlier, I made a comment about Taylor Swift, and he started this whole debate. And I'm like, Jesus God! I just made a comment about Taylor Swift.
I wasn't trying to argue. I was just pointing out Madonna's
like this whole debate.
Great for marketing.
Like, holy Jesus! All I made was a passive comment about Taylor Swift, and it became like a thing. And I'm like. That's not even where I was going with this.
Well, I apologize. I didn't know I was coming off that way.
No, I'm not. It's not about you coming off anyway. It's not about coming off. That's just who you are. You could be you could be at Chuck E. Cheese's. That's who you are. Well, that's not yellow. That's more of a fuchsia, or something. That's just who you are.
I have opinions on everything. That's for sure.
Just, I'm not trying to embarrass you. That's just who you are.
I'm the guy that, someone hands me the 3-pronged fork. I'm arguing over the merits of a 4-pronged fork.
I know.
Do people think I'm making that up? No. I really do that. No,
Yes.
I really do.
I know.
Yes.
Trust me, he does.
That's not fiction at all.
That's not a
I
lie.
will argue with you over a 3-pronged fork.
All right, well, I'm going to edit this down into digestible parts because this is ridiculous. For those who have not watched this in its entirety, we just shot this for an hour. And that's enough of that.
We did it again.
So with that, enjoy your remakes and sequels and reboots, and back to you.